Hello sunshines, welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Monday the 20th of June 2022 and this is episode 22. How are you? I'm at the yarn shop because it is quiet here versus my house, which is not quiet. Although it's about to be quieter, my sister and her kids are moving out the last part of this month, so that's different and it should be good for them and everything. So my hair is doing this thing. I washed it I don't know, probably 6-7 hours ago, but then I put it up in a ponytail, so part of it is wet and some of it is damp, and then I rode to the yarn shop on my bike, so it was in a helmet, so it's doing its thing. Honestly, I'm gonna put it back up and it can stay wet in my ponytail, which I know is not great for it, but whatever, it is what it is. Otherwise it's gonna be touching me and irritating me and whatever. So first, I should have left my hair down. Okay, so first I finished yesterday and I put a picture in at the end of the video, but in case you didn't watch, I finished the stringband hat that I'm making for that I made. We're off to a real good start. I made a stringband hat for my boyfriend's brother, and here it is. It is not blocked. Once it's blocked, this will be much longer. I will try to remember to put in a picture of it blocked later, but it's called stringband because it opens so you can wear it as a cowl or as a hat, and I'll put it on as a cowl first since I already have it open. So stringband as a cowl, and stringband as a hat. This will take a second. I have to tie this. Little music for you. Not very good music, but you know, it's fine. It'll be fine, right? Okay, so here is the hat, and there we go. There's the hat. I think it turned out super cute, and once it's blocked it'll be even cuter and hopefully masculine enough for my boyfriend's brother. But I don't think he's one of those men who needs super masculine things, so it should be fine. And my boyfriend, what are you doing here? My boyfriend picked out the yarn for him, so if it doesn't work out, it's not really on me. I mean, the pattern is, I picked out the pattern because I just wanted something that I wouldn't have to reference a pattern for. And also, it's kind of hard to make guys' hats. Even guys who aren't super picky about things being masculine, still without their express consent, it feels weird to make them a lace hat or something. Other things that I have been working on. I put in, let's see, 5 repeats on the sock since you saw it on Saturday. So doing pretty good. If this was a sock for me, this is about where I would put in the toe, but I am going to continue to knit for another definitely 2 more repeats, maybe 3 before I start the toe, because these are for my nephew who has size 13 feet. I will have to look up. Sorry, I just got a text. And I have this issue where when I see words, my brain is ooh, what does that say? I'll read it later. We're figuring out, my kid's dad and I are figuring out their summer plans. So I will text him back in a few minutes when I'm done recording. I will have to look up how long I need to make a sock for someone with size 13 feet, and this is how much yarn I have left. I don't know how much that is. I don't know if that'll be enough for a second sock, but if it's not, I'm not that worried. This is Barocco socks, and I think we have another ball of this in the shop. I will go check in just a second, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we have another ball of this, and I don't mind buying another ball because I've used, if you've been here for a few months, you'll know that I've used this colorway for the heels and toes in several socks recently, and I like it for that purpose. So if I have to buy another ball, I have to buy another ball. It's not a big deal. I have a new cast on to show you. I started this on Saturday night, and I didn't work on it at all today because this is going to be a heating pad cozy for me. This is the yarn, you can see. I started crocheting with it and I didn't really like the way that the cover was coming out, so I cast it on. This will be the flap that this will be the flap that folds over to like keep the heating pad in the cover. So the reason I started this is I want to have something for movie theater knitting, because we are going to be seeing in the next 4 weeks, at least, I think it's 4 weeks, 3 movies. We're seeing one tomorrow. We're gonna go see Lightyear, which I'm excited about, and ideally I would be taking my best friend's blanket to work on the borders at the movies, because those borders like fly at the movie theater. They're just garter stitch for 5 ridges, and then after that save the I-cord bind off for when I get home. But I'm not there with that blanket. I have as of today, I have 34 squares. I'll put in a picture right here so you can see like which squares I still need to do. So I have 34 squares to finish the last of the 4th panel, and then I can do the borders. I'm not gonna make 34 squares before the movies tomorrow. However, so I think we're gonna be doing, let me just pick up and work on this because I can talk and not look at it. We are going to be going to the movie theaters on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays is like bargain ticket day. Instead of being $7 a person, they're $5 a person, which like equates to a whole drink and popcorn combo for a person, free. And there's also free popcorn. I don't know how much free popcorn. I don't know how that works, but I know that there is some amount of free popcorn on Tuesdays. So we're gonna see how much popcorn is for free, and we'll see. If it's, you know, like a little dinky popcorn, I'm probably gonna have to buy another popcorn for my kiddos. But yeah, it's I think Tuesdays is gonna be our movie day, because why not save the money, especially because we're gonna have to drive to the movie theater. It's not terribly far away, but it's just far enough that that it's too far to like bike or something. So yeah, we're gonna go to the movies tomorrow, and I don't have that blanket ready, so I needed something that I could work on in the movie theater in the dark. And for tomorrow's movie anyway, this is gonna be it. I am going to, I'm going to just work on this. I'm not using a pattern for this, so let me walk you through what I did. I did some I-cord, and I did I-cord long enough that I was like, oh yeah, that's big enough to get around a button. And then it's a 3-stitch I-cord, so I had the 3 stitches, and then I cast on 3 stitches, and then I attached the other side, I provisionally, how did I make this I-cord? I used Judy's Magic Cast On to do 3 stitches on one needle and 3 stitches on the other. So I slipped 3 stitches onto hold and then worked the I-cord with the 3 other stitches. So then that's how I was able to pick up those 3 stitches. But you don't have to. You could just cast on 3 stitches normally and then like pick up into those stitches. That's just how I did it. So yeah, I made the buttonhole, and then I increased to make this triangle, a wide shallow triangle. I increased on every row at the 2nd stitch, and I just did a knit front and back on the 2nd stitch from the beginning and from the end to make this little triangle. So that'll be what folds over. I know I'm being redundant, sorry. I'm also trying to be thorough. I'm redundant and I'm thorough. And then for the other side, I got to the width that I thought would be good for the cover, and then I cast on that many stitches again on the other side and began working in the round. And I did the first 5 rounds of the newly cast on stitches in ribbing, just so that it wouldn't curl, because I know I wouldn't like that. I guess I could have done them as garter stitch in the round, but that's just as much purling and I didn't think about it. So it's fine. It's going to be functional and lovely, and I am looking forward to it because we don't have air conditioning in our house. I'm going to put in an air conditioning unit in my room, but probably nowhere else in the house, especially because for only the 2nd time ever, my kiddos are going to their dad's house for a month, which is stressful for me to like think about them being gone for that long. But they're going in the middle of summer, which means I don't have to cool down the rest of the house. I can do my chores. I've been getting up at like 4:30 in the morning still, so I will just get up at 4:30, and then if I'm teaching summer school, I'll stay up and then probably take a nap after summer school. And if I'm not, then I will get up at 4:30 and do some reading, do a little knitting, do my chores for the day, and then take a nap. So that's like my ideal day sort of situation for summertime right now. But if I have this cooling pad, like that will make all the difference. Especially because Patrick works overnights and it feels kind of weird to hang out in the bedroom when he's sleeping, which is where the air conditioning will be. It feels weird to hang out in there because like I don't want to wake him up. And while reading and knitting is it's not loud, if I want to watch a podcast, I guess I could wear my headphones. We'll see. I don't know. This is all theoretical at this point. I have also tentatively picked up a cross stitch project that I started. I don't even know when I started it. So long ago. But I don't have the packaging, so I can't show you what it's going to look like, but it's like a coffee themed cross stitch, and it's on this black fabric. And it's all done in white. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna flash it really quickly from way back here. So it will look kind of like that. And yeah, I'm going to try to put that into my rotation. I wrote myself a list of goals for crafting, and one of the things is to do a length of thread in either cross stitch or sewing every day. I have a dress that unfortunately fell into a mouse glue trap, and the glue stuck to like 6 inches of the bottom of the dress, and no matter what I do, I couldn't get it out. So I have decided to, I've already done it. I've already cut the bottom 6 inches off of the dress all the way around, and I'm going to hem it. And it's definitely not like an appropriate length for me to wear as a dress, but like kind of as a top sort of thing, I think it'll be okay. So I want to work on that. I want to work on this cross stitch. I have a couple other things that need to be mended, like shirts and stuff. So yeah, that's one of my goals, is to do that. But yesterday I couldn't find the right thread color, so I just picked up the cross stitch instead. But what I am planning on working on tonight, well, I'm planning on working on that sock because I would really, really like it to be finished. But I brought a little ball of yarn, and I think I have another little ball of yarn. And if this isn't enough, we have like shop scrap yarn that I will use because I rode my bike in, and I would really like to make a cover for the basket on the front. If you watched last week, you'll see that I put like a milk crate on the back of my, back of my bike, and that worked kind of, but my bungee cords are a little bit too long, so it shifts too much. So I don't have it on there right now. I'll probably have it back on there on Saturday though, if I'm honest. But for the most part, like, honestly, if I'm not carrying my laptop, and I guess I could carry my laptop in a backpack, I just don't really want to carry things on my back when I'm riding. I only need the little basket for now. I do have plans. I've already researched to find a basket that's going to go on the back of my bike. I've already picked out the one I want. I'm just not ordering it yet because, you know, budget. I have to plan for expenses and stuff. Can I afford it right now? Yes. Mentally, am I prepared to make a purchase? No. That's what it is. So probably get it in the next couple weeks and put it on the back of my bike, and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. But for now, I just need a cover for the front basket because like I have these 2 books, because sometimes if people are working on things that are like focus intense at class, but they don't need a lot of help, I'm able to read while we're sitting there because they can't talk and work at the same time, which is fine. So I can't talk and work at the same time on hard projects too. So these 2 books fit in the basket just fine. So if I had a cover on it, that would keep them from like flying out when I go over a bump. So I'm gonna try to make one. This isn't gonna be enough, I already know, but it should be kind of close. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. So I'm gonna work on that. And then, so the other thing is I want that basket. That basket is big enough for the 2 books I'm reading. Plus, there's a little free library right across the parking lot from where I work, and I would like to drop off a couple DVDs every time I ride my bike. Because when Patrick moved in with me, his godparents gave him like probably like 300 DVDs. We don't watch DVDs. And I keep being like, oh, let's just, we can donate them or whatever. That's too stressful for him, which I get, because sometimes like culling my books, the first time I've culled my books a lot of times now, but like the first time I went through my book collection, I used to have a couple thousand books. I now have probably a couple hundred, which is still a lot, but it's fine. The first time I went through, it was like super stressful and I hated it. So I'm just gonna have him pick a couple DVDs every time I'm going to ride my bike to work, and I'm going to drop them off in a little free library. I did this on Saturday, and I didn't like open it and look, but I'm pretty sure the DVDs that I put in there on Saturday are gone. So that's exciting. I would like someone who wants these DVDs to take them. What am I putting in today? The Great American Western and Royal Wedding and Second Chorus. So yeah, those are going to go, and hopefully someone likes Westerns. And if they don't, I'll know to take it to a different little free library, because there are 5 that I anticipate seeing at various points during the summer. So yeah, that's where I'm at. My local library isn't accepting donations still, which is a bummer, because that is where I would normally take them, to the library, but they're not accepting. Maybe they are now. Maybe I could see, because then I could take like 5 or 6 at a time and not feel like I was flooding something. All right, friends, I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now. Hi friends, happy Wednesday. It is hot today. It's 90 degrees. We are at the park. It's 90 degrees at 6 p.m. Hot. So we're at the park because it's cooler at the park than in our house right now, with like the wind through the trees and stuff. We're under this beautiful pine tree right here. See, look how lovely that is. Look how lovely that kiddo is. And we've been here for a while, so I've gotten a bunch of reading and some crafting done. Would you like to see what I worked on? Of course you would. I finished this part of the sashing of the blanket. I think right now I'm at 31 squares to go, I think, ish. So getting close. I have only just started the squares for today though, and it's 6 p.m. But that's okay. I didn't wake up. Well, I woke up this morning. I'll turn you back around. I woke up this morning at probably 4, but I hadn't really slept all night, and I was cranky and hot, and then I went back to sleep at about 8 and got up at 10:30. So most of my morning was spent not being productive. So I've had 6 hours of productivity, and I'll probably be staying up late tonight because it'll be too hot to sleep. So that's fine. All right, back to my cross stitch. So I made pretty good progress on this today. I finished the word brood, so that's all crossed in, and I started some back stitching because I was right here and had this much of the embroidery floss left. So I started some back stitching. This cross stitch pattern, it's not a ton of crosses, not as much as I'm used to in a cross stitch. It's a lot more back stitching for details. So I did that. I also made this, well, I made this yesterday actually, but I am using it for a gauge swatch. So what I made is a mug rug for my mom, and I made it in red because then I can give it to her for Christmas, and I wasn't just making a swatch for no reason. The swatch is for a scrappy blanket because I really wanted to start another scrappy blanket, but can't. So I did a gauge swatch to like scratch that scrappy blanket starting itch. And then my nephews first sock is finished. Here's the marker. This is where I was when you saw it on Monday. So it took me a really, really long time. I think I did a pattern repeat and a half. No, I know what I did. I did these 2 repeats yesterday, and I did the toe today. And I just, for some reason, couldn't, this was not giving me the dopamine. I did not want to work on this project, but I did really want it done. So when I get home tonight, or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to cast on the second one so that I have, the ribbing is simple. I can do the ribbing while I'm reading. I just can't do the cable pattern effectively and read at the same time. It's possible, but I have to look at this part of the sock the whole time I'm working on it, and then I can do, the sole, and then there's a rest round. So I can do a round and a half without having to look at my sock, but that means that I'm looking away from my book very frequently. So this will have to be an audiobook / podcast project, which is fine. I've also been reading my 3 books. So the plan to read 5 pages of Genji before I read the chapters, I haven't been doing that, but I've been motivated to read Genji. So I've kind of been doing that. I usually read as much of A Tale of Genji as I can before I start disassociating. Usually after I read my first batch of chapters for the morning, and then I pick it up again in the afternoon, and it's usually a 2-session read for Genji. So that's really cool. I'm really, really liking Didn't We Almost Have It All. It's not really a biography. It's kind of a biography, but it's also an exploration into other cultural aspects that affected Whitney's life and how that affected the author. So I'm enjoying that. And The Chosen and the Beautiful, I'm enjoying that more than I thought I would. Now that I'm actually in it, I have less than 100 pages to go in that book. It's a short book. It's only 260 pages. So yeah. The squares that I have to work on today, those are really effective for reading. I can read very easily and knit those. So that's what I'm going to do this evening. All right, friends, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Friends, I'm walking to the restroom right now. I do not recommend, because it's in the sun and it's hot. Dislike. 0 out of 10. Well, maybe 1 out of 10. It's not the worst. Hi, friends. We are walking to the downtown.
Because there's gonna be fireworks.
Yep, very exciting.
I interrupted Mama.
I'm so low energy today because I just feel like the Supreme Court has just been letting me down for days now. So yeah, I'm trying to be excited about fireworks, but it is really, really hard today to be excited about anything. sunshines. Happy Saturday from the yarn shop. I am here with small humans because air conditioning is hot today. So it was already hot when, oh sorry, I just kicked the recording thing. Come on in.
Hi. Hi guys.
Hi. Okay, get off me. Thank you. It was already hot when we were leaving, so we're here a little bit early to take advantage of the cool. Yeah, I haven't even looked to see what I'm going to be doing at the shop today, but starting here with you. So first up, I finished the cover for the heating / cooling packs that I'm going to make. I still need to sew the interior. I brought it. Maybe it'll get worked on, maybe it won't, who knows. But this just needs a button and then it's ready to go. I also started a second one, but I'm doing it in garter ridges, and I'm going, instead of, this one's worked in the round, which is pretty obvious from the stripes, and instead it's worked like in long rows. So we'll see how that goes. I want to make them so that they're easy to tell whose is what, so there's no fighting over someone stole my whatever. The yarn that I'm using is Unique cotton. I'll put a picture in here of what it is. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And then the other thing, hi. The other thing that I have been working on kind of a lot is little yellow hearts. Yellow just because this is the yarn that I had in stash that was the right weight for the pattern. But a friend of mine is making and collecting little hearts to be passed out at a soup kitchen. And what? I'm so tired and cranky today, and I'm trying not to be tired and cranky, but it's not really working. It's gonna be a day. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So you stop talking because you're frustrating me and you're doing it on purpose. So okay. Please stop.
Okay.
So I'm making little yellow hearts so that I can send them to my friend so she can use them for a soup kitchen thing. And I'm really frustrated because I packed the yarn for the next 5 squares on my blanket. I figured out we're going to the movies again this coming Tuesday. I figured out if I did 5 squares a day, I could have all the squares done before we went to the movies so that I could do the border at the movies. And then I forgot the blanket. Ugh. And while there was like theoretically time to drive home and get the blanket so I could show you, like there's not really a point. So the blanket is going good. I've been doing an average of about 4 squares a day, 4 to 5 squares. I know one day I only did 2, so the next day I did like 7. So yeah, that's where a lot of my crafting time has gone. And I worked at the school yesterday, so that was like most of a day that I couldn't knit and stuff. Although I did knit because our internal site was down for several hours, so I couldn't like do schooly type things on there. And then last night we went to the fireworks and it was lovely. So let's do a quick reading check. Tale of Genji. I've been doing pretty decent at reading, although I didn't read any of it yesterday just because honestly I just wasn't home. I mean I was, but I wasn't, so I didn't read it because it was too heavy to carry to the fireworks. So I'll read this today. I'm not going to try to push myself to make up for yesterday. I'm just going to try to read the 15 pages today and see how that goes. I took this to work yesterday because I was like, maybe it'll be slow and I can do some reading. Well, then the computer system was down, so I knit and read and, answered the phones and stuff. I was working in the office. Did I say that? I was covering the office because both of the office staff were out for the day. So I'm pretty sure that I read more than the 15 pages that is my quota, but I don't remember. So it's going really well. I'm really, really enjoying. I like the writer's style in this book. In The Chosen and the Beautiful, I took to the fireworks last night, and I am super close to finishing. I'm on page 236. There's 260 pages, so definitely finishing this book today. And then once I finish The Chosen and the Beautiful, I am going to start The Viscount Who Loves Me, which is the second book in the Bridgerton series. So those are my reading plans and stuff. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Supreme Court right now. Like, just so exhausted by all of that, and feeling a little hopeless, honestly. So yeah, I'm really, really frustrated. But I'm going to let you go for the talking portion. I will, of course, show you if I finish anything, or, show you stuff tomorrow, maybe via picture, but this is where I stop talking. So I will see you in about a week. Bye, friends.